So hello and welcome back to another one of those talking videos where I sit and look at the camera and talk to you guys. I'm in a better frame of mind than I was Monday. It still hurts taking down several years worth of love, honestly. I mean, of something that I loved so much, but I'm in a better headspace than I was. Think I can I think I can do the whole book review, chapter recaps thing. I do find it very funny in a way, and I think I mentioned this in a video already, that me, the world's worst student, I wasn't I wasn't a I wasn't a bad student because I didn't understand the assignments. I was a bad student because I was lazy. And I somehow managed to make it through my entire schooling career, only writing, I think, one term paper and like two book reports in my entire time in school. I didn't do college. I went into the army instead. And then I just became a mom and worked. And I never thought in my 50s I would be attempting to basically write book reports on chapters, but here we are. So I hope that you guys are okay with the whole book review recap formula, and I've been thinking about some other things that could be fun to do. Several people mentioned looking into the public domain because honestly, I do love reading out loud. I love the community that it brings. I love just reading. And I like sharing it with you. Now, I never have really looked into the public domain books, but I started looking into them a little bit, and there are some interesting books out there in the public domain that I've never read. I know I've read something by Victor Hugo way back in middle school. And I don't know if Charles Dickens is public domain or not, but I know I read A Tale of Two Cities, I think it was. Again, way back in middle school. But a lot of the classics I never read because by the time it was time to read the classics, I had discovered Stephen King and Anne Rice and Piers Anthony and Jean Ayul and Essie Hinton, and the classics were just, at least to me back then, boring. So I've never read Great Expectations. I've never read Journey to the Center of the Earth. The only Rudyard Kipling I've ever really read is The White Seal. Great story. Love that one. And Rikki Tikki Tavi. I've never actually read The Jungle Book. I've only seen the Disney movie. So there are a lot of books out there that I would be interested in reading. I have read Little Women, which I found out is also in the public domain. That one would probably make me cry, but it also might be an interesting one to read. And I think it was Bonkers About Alice left a comment for me today that got me thinking that maybe, and this is all contingent on me actually finding the books, because y'all know me, I have to hold the book to be able to read it. I don't really see me being able to like download a PDF and print it off or read off my computer screen. That's just not how I operate. I like a physical book. So I'm going to start looking around and seeing what I can find, and hopefully I can find a couple different books, and then maybe we could do a little vote. And I was even thinking like some I might just read out loud, and maybe periodically we could do like a little book club type thing where we all read a chapter, pick a day, and I do a live stream, and we all just kind of like gather together and talk books. I I don't know how feasible that would actually be, because I know I've got people in Australia, Germany, England, the States, and Canada. So we're scattered across 80 bazillion different time zones, but my time is my own. So I could probably, if we could figure out a time to actually do a live stream, I could probably do it if that's something you guys are interested in. Um, Also, leave me leave me book recommendations for books that are in the public domain. I'm assuming that The Man in the Iron Mask is in the public domain, and that would be an interesting one for me to read, specifically because I've never been able to read that book without falling asleep. That was my guaranteed insomnia book that would put me to sleep. That and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was able to read Les Miserables, and it was a slog to get through, but trying to read the actual Hunchback of Notre Dame, I can get through about the first 5 pages and then I fall asleep. Maybe if I were reading it out loud, that wouldn't happen. I am kind of curious about that one because, like I said, it's one I've never been able to get through, but the story is interesting. I know that it's probably nothing like the Disney movie. I mean, what is actually like the Disney movie? Nothing. But it would be an interesting experience, I think. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I do want to eventually maybe do chapter reviews or just book reviews, maybe not super in depth each chapter like I'm trying to do for the books that we were reading out loud before this all happened. But I would like to do like at least book reviews for all of the books that I had to take down. I know it's not as good as hearing the author's voice, but if you can find those books, that's my recommendation. I love reading, and that's always been my goal, is just to kind of foster the love of reading in everybody. Even if it's reading by proxy, listening to me, it still gets the story across. And that's kind of why I started doing it. It was never a money thing, because honestly, I only got monetized a little while ago, and I make a pittance in YouTube money, which is fine. I didn't start uploading because of money. I started uploading because, well, I wanted to kind of, share my life. And sharing my life led to reading books for a friend who couldn't get the Dragon Riders, and the rest ended up being history. And I really am so glad that I did it. Even with everything that happened this week, I'm so glad that I did it because I got to meet so many awesome people. I mean, there's Steve from England who has pretty much filled most of that bookshelf up there with wonderful books that he has sent me. There's Becky, who shows up for most of my live streams, even though it's just silly Sims nonsense, and is got the best baby names ever. She's named probably a third of my 100 baby challenge babies, and I thank her for it. Hazel, who is a wonderful friend and who sent these beautiful paper crafts that she's given. There's Kai, or Ty, sorry about that, Ty, who drew these gorgeous pictures. Lucy, who knitted me a hat. I mean, you guys are the greatest, and that's kind of awesome. And then there's all just the people who just comment. I've met a lot of really wonderful people, and I really do want to keep this rolling. So, if you have suggestions as far as public domain books that you're interested in, we have to make sure that they are public domain, that there is no copyright in existence for them, and I would be thrilled to keep reading to you. Other than that, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing as far as World of Warcraft, other than actually just playing the game, which I know that some people just do gameplay videos. I could do that. I just always want to have like a storyline or a reason for the videos, but I could just do the War Within videos. It has been a wonderful expansion. The story is fantastic, so that's an option. Um, I do want to get back into Sims building. I don't know why I haven't been really in a building mood lately. Probably because World of Warcraft captured my attention, and that's what I've been doing a lot of, and trying to basically write reports about each chapter that we were reading in all of these books, but it's been fun. And I've been trying to get out and actually get a lot of walking done because hunting season is coming, and once hunting season starts, I'm going to need to find a bright orange sweatshirt so that I can go walking even on the road. Hunting season doesn't last forever. Unfortunately, it usually lasts until the snow falls. And while I don't object entirely to walking in the snow, it is a little bit chillier. I'm trying to enjoy autumn while it gets here. I harvested my garden stuff. That came out pretty good. And the whole teeth thing, it's getting there. I can't eat without any pain, but I am eating without as much pain. In fact, today I feel like I had a milestone. I have reached a milestone, and that milestone is pizza. I had to use a fork and a knife to eat the pizza. I couldn't just pick it up and bite into it. But that's okay. I had pizza. I cut that up and just acted like I was all so proper eating with my fork and knife in little bites of pizza, but it was delicious. My food options are expanding, and that makes me happy. I was getting really tired of soup. That being said, I'm about to go make soup because Michigan being Michigan and the Upper Peninsula being the Upper Peninsula, we have the next 2 days, at least according to the weathermen, we are supposed to have highs in the low 50s and lows in the mid 40s. So not too much variance, but we're supposed to have 2 days of very distinctly fall weather. And then next week we're supposed to be back in the 80s because this is Michigan and the weather is always crazy. In fact, if you ever make it to the wonderful Upper Peninsula, I will give you the advice that I give everybody who is coming up here when they ask what they should pack. The answer to what should you pack to visit the Upper Peninsula is yes. Because I have had many days, even in July and August, where I start the morning in long sleeves. I mean, granted, I know how to dress for Michigan, so I usually start the day in capri pants. I'm a little bit chilly because of them, but that's okay. But capri pants, a t-shirt or a tank top with a long sleeve shirt over it, and sometimes a jacket. By the time noon comes along, you're just in the tank top and kind of thinking that maybe you should go find actual shorts or just go fall in the lake because it's hot. And then usually by nighttime, you're putting everything back on because our days go chilly, 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 hot, chilly. It's it's silly, but it's home for me. I love it here. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has stuck around. I know it was a blow for us all. It wasn't something I was expecting to have happen, but it did, and we moved forward. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for I had two super thanks, and thank you so much for those. I really appreciate anything and everything. Mostly, I just appreciate you guys watching the videos and enjoying them, which is all I ever want to do, is just show you a thing or two that you might enjoy or enjoy listening to. So, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time.